wonder if he's going to stay at 155. There are big guys at 155, and he wasn't that big for 45. You know, when you think about weight cutting in the modern era, like you're considerably bigger than him. When you guys were standing next to each other, I'm like, there's a big difference.
I've
in
also
frame.
really focused on getting bigger last 3 or 4 fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You were 83 in a patty fight.
The night of weighing, I was 83.
183 in a patty fight, so he was big.
I touched 80s this fight. We weighed on Saturday at 11. Saturday when I went to bed, I think I was 184.
Wow.
And then I think when I woke up, I was like 176. That's how much water we're flowing. It's crazy. Our bodies are crazy.
Right, especially because all the weight cutting.
But I think when I got there, I was pissing so much. I was actually too hydrated for the drug test, so I had to piss three times. I couldn't drink water.
You were too hydrated for a drug test? How's that work?
Yeah, so if the piss is too diluted, then they make you do it again.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why, doing it after a fight. They used to do it after the fights all the time.
Test.
But your adrenaline's going, so you don't pee. So it takes a long time. It's like we've sat in locker rooms for hours waiting for the piss test. But when you're doing it after like rehydration, that's a shitty thing because these guys have to hydrate. Everybody's fucking taking as much fluids as they can, so that makes it tough. But with the weight cutting piece, with him going back down, I agree with you. I think Ilya is a smaller body, but he's also a big advantage for Ilya speed. And when you go up in weight, that speed is a huge factor. If you see a lot of guys go up, like with Max kept his speed when he came up. When he went back down, I think everybody was like, "Oh, he beat Max. He beat a drained Max."
Yeah, I think that weight cut down to 45 for him was brutal.
And this is where, from like a coaching standpoint, if it is hard for you to make it at that weight, I care about the longevity of a person. And I've seen guys get dropped with jabs because of bad weight cuts.
Yes,
and that going back down and that's to me the scariest part in this fight game.
Well, I think there's two things we have to change in the fight game. One of them is weight cutting, and two of them is your gloves. You gotta bring your fucking gloves in. Yeah. But the weight cutting thing, don't you think that we need more weight classes? Or I shouldn't say that. I should say, do you think we need more weight classes?
I think there's many ways. I think you're going to have some type of a weight class, and there's different ways to do it. Like maybe you have where you can't go over a certain amount of weight after you make weight, and you weigh in a week out, where you can really recover. Because
but I think guys are going to do it anyway, and you're just going to have bad performances.
But I think for me, I want nothing to change. I mean, we are grown-ass men and women, and we're making these choices.
Right, but you can make 55 and it's good for your frame. Now imagine
you don't
these guys that
understand
are
how hard
tweeners.
it is for me to make 55.
I'm sure it's hard. No. I'm not thinking it's easy, but you can make it. You've made it over and over and over again. But like, think about guys that are in between.
Yeah,
like
should be a 60 or 65 or like in boxing. Yeah,
70 to 85 is crazy. Yeah. 85 to 205 is bananas. Yeah. And then 205 to 265.
Those weight classes are already watered down, in a way. And so you're just going to water it down more?
So these are my thoughts and my research that I've done that it's I've talked to Dr. D about it, and I want to get some expert, some doctor who can actually talk to me about this, because when I started researching boxing and why is there so many deaths in boxing, what stood out to me was almost every death in boxing in the last 10 to 15 years there's every once in a while it's from a punch, where they get dropped and they don't get up, and they get hemorrhaging. Almost all of them are past the 9th round, especially the ones I'm talking about that don't take a punch. They're past the 9th round, and it looks like they start to get tired, and they're just like, hey, I need to take a knee and lay down. A lot of these guys are winning the fight and not even taking a lot of damage. And if we're cutting weight the day before, you're teaching your body to sweat and sweat and sweat. To me, I believe, because I've had a fighter where, Kamal in his last fight, we were cramping so bad, so scary, so freaking scary. Like, I almost
bro,
pulled that
call
fight.
It off.
Dude,
call it off.
I was within like minutes of calling. I talked to the whole team about it. But if you dehydrate yourself, think of my lips. If they get dehydrated, they crack when I smile. And if you dehydrate your brain, and I had talked to Dr. D, I was like, could that be something if you dehydrate your brain? Would cause something? He's like, absolutely. And then I started to research that. But if you go back and look at all the boxers, and if we can get someone that could do their true research that understands this stuff, that to me is like what scares me about weight cutting, because you're training your body to lose that amount of weight. And when you start to do things in patterns, you just took all the nutrients out of your body. And then you're going hard in a fight like that. And that was like the big thing with the Tony Ferguson fight. That's kind of funny now, but it wasn't funny to me. I didn't give no fucking water for a 5-round fight. That is crazy. And the longer you take your brain to that point of dehydration,
why
that's a
didn't you
scary
give him
thing.
water? You just forgot?
Dude.
Yeah, we were locked in.
This guy don't train with water, so it was like, dude.
Yeah, I don't drink water.
I train
don't drink water in
myself.
practice because everyone's like, "You want water?" I'm like, "Water's for pussies." No, I don't want water.
Talk about the mindset.
You don't drink any water in training at all?
No, he'll drink afterwards. Like we did this fight.
They
Like-
made
like
me this
we did.
fight.
I
Okay,
forced him.
so do you think that
Yeah.
that
Luke
just
is
helps
my
your
water
mental
boy.
Yeah.
No, because it can't, because I'm fucking working right now. I'm locked in. Like, I might not get water one day. You know, I might want water.
Even
and
when
need
you're
water.
doing strength and conditioning, everything?
Nothing. I never drink water during practice.
Wow. So you make sure you're hydrated before you get in there.
Yeah, I drink a lot after. And
But once you're in there, you're just going.
I
Yeah,
will not drink water.
this fight was different, but yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
just me. That's
like
just
you hear about those
me
guys that
being
go
a-
through
being
Ramadan.
an asshole.
Yeah.
You know, Ramadan's nuts. Like, you know, I know Bilal was training with no water and, you know, drinking no water during the day and then training again at nighttime. And, you know, that's got to be so hard. But going through hard training sessions and no water, so you're doing, but, so there's two things going on. One I would think,
Yeah.
maybe you could do more work and get more reps and more of this if you're rehydrating. But then the other thing is like, would you? And how much mental toughness are you getting by
It's a-
not
Pros
giving
and
yourself
cons.
water,
It's
right?
it's a crutch.
And the mental toughness thing ultimately won you this fight. There is a lot of fucking human beings at the top level of the sport that would have folded in that second round.
You did.